Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Joe from What's Your Excuse. Just giving you this quick video on the introduction to the site what'syourexcuse.com. One of the main reasons why I decided to name and start this website is because as a parent, I wanted to teach my kids everything that I learned, everything that I wanted to learn, and a lot of things that I didn't want them to pretty much know or pick up some of my bad habits that as a youth. And what got me into thinking about that was, as I look back on my life, I noticed that I made a ton of excuses for why my life was the way it was, why I didn't have money, why I couldn't, play particular sports, why I couldn't go on vacation, etc., etc. And it wasn't until later on in life that I really realized that, now that I have kids, I want them to learn different things than what I've learned. At the same time, I want to re-educate myself and continue to educate myself on things that I never learned as a youth. And what I found out is experience is one of the best teachers. You can learn from your mistakes as well as others. You can learn from your experience, past and present, as well as others. And you can also learn from others' excuses. Um, it's kind of hard to learn from your own excuses because a lot of people, they get so caught up into making so many excuses that they don't even realize what they're doing. It's not until they try to change and get around someone who's more positive and don't really make excuses that they realize that all I've been doing is making excuses for what I don't have and for why I'm not living the lifestyle that I want. And a lot of people think that success is measured by money, and it's not. And that was one of the main reasons why this site is created. It's called what'syourexcuse.com, and what I would like people to do is share their stories, their experience, basically. Share some of the mistakes that they went through in the past, because all that does is educate our youth to not do some of the things that we did or do it in a certain way. You can learn from people's mistakes. Basically, I would rather learn from someone else's mistakes instead of go out and make a mistake. But at the same time, a mistake is not a bad thing, because when you do it, it's like it hits you hard, and you'll tell yourself, "I'll never do it that way again." The dog bit me once, but that same dog will not bite me twice. That's one of the old sayings, basically. And as a parent, I really wanted to get as much information on the website as possible so that it can teach kids. And that's one of the reasons why I called it a reality educational site for teenagers and a reality check for adults. What I mean by that is the reality education. The reality education is this: I share my experiences, I share my stories, I share everything that I have gone through and what I'm going to put myself through to educate our youth. I'm not a huge success, I'm not a celebrity, but I have a story, and everyone has a story. So if you want to give back and teach someone something that you learned the hard way, which is reality, then you come on the site and you share that. You talk about that. It doesn't have to be a 500 word essay. You can put together a couple of paragraphs and you talk about it. And what that does is when you start writing these small articles, it's a check. It's a reality check. You wake your own self up and you realize that, hey, I've been making mistakes. I've been making excuses for why I'm not living, my dreams, or why I'm not doing what I love, and why I'm not in a better position. And it's a reality check. You start to notice that now that I'm reading other people's articles and stuff, I'm not the only one out there. So, in hopes, I would basically hope that once you start reading these articles and looking at these videos, you'll start to wake yourself up as well. So now you're educating people, but now you're also educating yourself to actually go say, you know what, I'm tired of living like this. After this one tip or this one example that this guy just gave me, I really need to go out and do something to change my life. That's the hope. One of the hopes of the site, basically. But it's more to educate our youth on reality experiences. And a lot of people make excuses for why they're not happy, why they're not rich, why they're not in the NFL, or why they're not a professional athlete. People make excuses for all types of things all the time. Some people make so many excuses that it's just a normal conversation that they don't have. You can just pretty much listen to some person make an excuse about they're tired and they can't get in shape. Another person is pretty much talking about the same thing. Misery loves company, for example. And what I want here is to just bring education to this platform. I have a ton of ideas to expand the site and make it more interacting, more fun, and really bring a total experience. Some of the things that we do here is we write articles. They're motivational, they're educational, and they're inspirational. They are articles that will help you as an adult really get out of your comfort zone and really get out there and do something, and it will actually motivate a teenager to really want to learn more and continue educating themselves so that they can advance in life. And that's one of the main things that we do. To this date, it's only been 2 months, and today's August the 24th, 2011. The site's only 2 months old, and we are making some extreme progress here. And I will continue to write articles, post videos, share my story, get other people's stories that are successful and unsuccessful, because I want you to get the visual part of the education as well. In the future, I want to actually um, I want to actually interview as many people as I can, whether you're a success or a success as far as wealth wise, and you're an unsuccess as far as wealth wise. I want to get that person who and ask that person, how did you do it? What are you doing to give back to your community? Charity. What's your message? What can you teach someone if they're trying to follow in your footsteps? I just want to get that visual education as well as is pretty much as well as the articles and the other things that I plan on doing for the site. So just to keep that short, this is just a quick introduction to the site. Go ahead and check out the articles and videos, and I hope you guys enjoy the site. Take care. Joe Lewis, what'syourexcuse.com. Have a good day.